By the way, Magic Johnson discussing Lonzo Ball, LaVar Ball, Big Baller Brand at the Pac-12 tournament. He said basically, I don't really worry about LaVar. We talk, but now he's gone to Lithuania. I don't talk as much. He's going to be him. It's no big deal. But let me just say this. 90% of LaVar Ball's comments don't have an impact. But let me just tell you something. When LaVar Ball comes back to Los Angeles, don't kid yourself. This thing still has a power keg component to it. If LaVar Ball came out and said three things, my son wants out of L.A., you'd have a major problem. If LaVar came out and said the team does not trust Luke Walton, you would have a major problem. If he came out and said, my son doesn't want LeBron or Paul George. So, listen, Magic is strong. But in the world we live in today, where stuff goes viral and it's just innocuous, whoa. Like, you got to be very careful. Listen, every president of my lifetime has had a family member that's a little squirrely. A little Billy Carter, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton had a brother. Everybody's got a family member who's kind of a loose cannon. 99% of what that family member says doesn't matter. But if Mitt Romney had a brother who said, he embezzled our local church, it would be Department of Justice would be coming down, raining on Mitt Romney. So, I think just don't. I mean, especially now because in the NBA, you can't tamper. Owners and GMs can't comment. So a Charles Barkley can become the voice of the NBA with a strong comment because owners can't comment. And GMs can't comment. And most players don't want to go up against it. So, most players don't want to get involved in controversy. So, my takeaway on this whole thing is Charles Barkley can take over the league narrative for like a week with a strong comment. LaVar Ball can certainly do it and be much more destructive if your son's a star player. I don't know if Lonzo's a star, but he's certainly a talented kid. So, it's just one of those things. I look at this LaVar thing, and it's still, to me, until LeBron or a Paul George is in town, I don't know how you deal with it. I think you have to ignore most of it, but don't think it's not an issue. Gosh, the world we live in today, it would take a simple comment that Lonzo, and by the way, it wouldn't even have to be accurate. If LaVar just wanted to make noise for the BBB brand and say, you know what, I don't think this team needs LeBron or Paul George, that would be an issue in the locker room. That would be a lead. I mean, it wouldn't if it was the Charlotte Hornets, but we're talking Lakers here. So I still think we are at least 1 to 2 LaVar Ball controversies before the end of the season. He's in Lithuania. The minute he's back, remember, in Los Angeles, there is this company called TMZ. And if you live in Los Angeles, they're outside of all the popular restaurants. They pursue people like LaVar Ball. They don't pursue me. Johnny Manziel, every time he's in L.A., he's on TMZ. So they call the concierge, who's at your hotel, they pay him off. I mean, I don't know how the hell they know, but they always know where stars are going to be, and maybe they tip valets. I don't know how they do it. I mean, Harvey Levin's doing some tricks. Maybe they have thousands of camera crews. But, when I go to the restaurants and I see a celebrity, there's always a TMZ crew there. They're all over LAX. Don't kid yourself. We have 2 or 3 minimum LaVar Ball controversies still looking at us. People saying, like, LeBron shouldn't go to L.A. Because, he won't get to the finals. Never forget this, that between Joe Montana's second and third Super Bowls, they went 3 years without winning a playoff game, including a 49-3 loss to the Giants in the divisional round. You didn't know that. Nobody holds it against you if you don't get to the finals. Kevin Durant last year, you were all calling him the best player in the world over LeBron James. It was only his second finals. He'd been largely a disappointment at the end of his seasons. Okay? You're the one that kind of rolled your eyes at Westbrook, who was the MVP. Why? Because he faded. We don't remember regular seasons. We remember finals. Jerry West. Now think about this. Look this up. John, I don't even know if you can look it up. Just Google how many finals did Jerry West lose. Jerry West is the NBA logo. Jerry West's nickname as a player was Mr. Clutch. Jerry West, Mr. Clutch, lost how many NBA finals? 8. Okay? Nobody holds it against him. If LeBron wins 2 more championships in the next 6 years, they're not going to hold it against him because he went to L.A. for a year with Lonzo and Brandon Ingram, and they got bounced by the veteran Warriors. Nobody's going to remember that. Nobody remembers the Michael Jordan Wizards years. They were a disaster. He's been a disaster as a general manager. Nobody remembers the Brett Favre Jet seasons. They do remember his Super Bowls with Elway. So it's one of those things where you forget that Joe Montana, between his second and third Super Bowls, they were awful. They got smoked for 3 years. Nobody cares. So LeBron, go where you think your last 5 years you can build around the best young players who you can grow with. I think that's in Los Angeles.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.